Good morning, boys and girls. Today we are going to be looking at this subtraction number story. I'm also going to introduce you to a new strategy for solving problems. Let's go ahead and take a look at this problem. It says, on Thursday, Miss Jones had many of her students leave school early. At the beginning of the day, she had 18 students, but 5 of them were picked up. How many students does Miss Jones still have left in her class? Okay, that's a lot of word problem. That's a lot to digest. That's a lot to take in. So what do we do? How do we start working on this problem? Let me introduce you to a brand new strategy. Okay, this is called the cubes strategy for solving any number story. So cubes is spelled C-U-B-E-S. Okay, and you may use this cubes strategy to solve your problems too. The C stands for circle the numbers in the problem. So if I go back and do that, I will actually circle the numbers in the problem. So 18 is a number. Right now we're doing the C part of the cube strategy. I see 5 is a number in the problem. So I'm circling the numbers in the problem. Okay, the next step of the cube strategy is the U. See, U. U means underline the question. So we want to go back and underline the question. I'm going to use a different color for that. Okay, so the question usually always comes at the end of the sentence. So the question is, how many students does Miss Jones still have left in her class? So far we've done the C, which means circle the numbers in the story. We've also done the U part of the cubes strategy, and that is to underline the question. Okay, the next the next letter in the cube strategy is the B. Now the B means that we need to draw a box, B for box, draw a box around the words that are key words. So words that either tell you whether you need to subtract or add. So let's go back and see if we can find some of those words to box in. I'm going to go ahead and use a different color for that as well. All right, so I am looking here and I'm seeing a few keywords. I see that Miss Jones, some of her students left school early, so I am boxing in the word leave. I know that when somebody leaves or something leaves, that means it's going away. Do you see any more keywords that we could box? If you said picked up, you are correct. That would be another key to helping us figure out whether we need to add or subtract. And then another keyword I actually found in the question itself, they want to know how many left, okay? How many students does she have left? So when I see a word like left, that's kind of indicating to me that some sort of subtraction is going on. So those are some of the key words that I found in my word story. Okay, now the E part of the cubes strategy is to eliminate. Eliminate means get rid of. So we're going to eliminate information that's not needed for us to solve the problem. So let's go back and see if we can find some information to eliminate. All right, so I think that we can probably eliminate on Thursday. Miss Jones had many of her students. We could eliminate that. We know that there are some students leaving early. We do know that at the beginning of the day, she had 18 students. I think that's pretty important. 5 of them were picked up. That's also important information. How many students does she have left? So really, the information that tells us that it was a Thursday, that's really something that we don't really need to know. So that's something that we can eliminate. All right. And then the last part of the cube strategy is to solve um, the problem by showing your work. So we're going to solve the problem now. Um, so let's go back to it. And when we solve any kind of number story, we can use a number of strategies. We can write a number model. We can draw a picture. We can use tallies. We can even use fingers sometimes. We can do a number of things to solve the problem. So I think that I'm going to write a number model. So I am going to write that down here in the space that I have. I know from looking at the problem that she had 18 students. That is the highest number, so that's what I'm starting with. I know that 5 of them left school, so if they're leaving, they are going away, so that tells me that's subtraction, and all I have left to do is subtract and solve the problem. So I am trying to figure out the answer. Another strategy that I could use besides a number model or drawing a picture, I could also go back to thinking about our fact family triangles. I know that 18 is the largest number, and I know that one of the numbers is 5. I know she had 5 students leave the class. And so our mystery number then would be how many students are left in the classroom. So I can go back and think about fact family triangles to help me figure out this answer. Um, and remember, I can create 2 adding problems and 2 subtracting problems from that, and that may help me solve my answer. All right, boys and girls, go ahead and solve this answer and let your raise your hand and let your teacher know what the final answer is to this number story. Good job listening today, and hopefully you get to practice some number stories in your classroom today. All right, boys and girls, have a wonderful day and see you tomorrow.